In the heart of Adelaide, Australia, there's a long-standing mystery, a strange story that has caught the attention of people all over the world. This mystery started in 1948 when a man's body was found on the beach. This man was no ordinary beachgoer. He held a sense of elegance, even in death, dressed smartly in a suit and tie, with a half-smoked cigarette resting on his collar. But the true mystery lay in nobody knowing who he was. The story begins on a summer's day in December. The beach was busy with people enjoying the sunshine, but as the day wore on, a lifeless figure was found leaning against a seawall. It was a man dressed in a suit and tie, not in beachwear. He looked to be in his 40s or 50s. In his pocket, investigators found bus and train tickets, some chewing gum, matches, 2 combs, and a pack of cigarettes. But there was no wallet, no money, and no form of identification. The man was a mystery, so he became known as the Somerton Man. His clothes were not typical of beachgoers. More unusual was that all labels had been cut from his clothes. It was as if someone wanted to make sure no one knew who he was. Medical experts who looked at his body thought he might have been poisoned, but this could not be proven. As the investigation continued, more odd things were found. A suitcase that belonged to the man that was discovered at a local train station. Inside the suitcase were more clothes, all with their labels removed, and strange pieces of paper with writings that seemed like a secret code. Even more bizarre was a scrap of paper hidden in a secret pocket in the man's pants. The Farsi words, Tamam Shud, were on it, which means it's finished. Over time, many people tried to solve the mystery of the Somerton Man. Theories spread far and wide. Some thought he might have been a spy from Russia, especially given the tense political climate. However, all these remained just theories with no solid proof. It took more than 70 years for someone to finally solve the mystery of the Somerton Man. His real name was Carl Webb, an electrical engineer from Melbourne. This revelation was thanks to the tireless work of Professor Derek Abbott from the University of Adelaide. Abbott analyzed DNA from hair samples preserved when a plaster cast was made of the Somerton Man's face shortly after his death. He teamed up with Colleen Fitzpatrick, a forensic expert from the United States, who helped him build an extended family tree using the DNA data, unraveling the identity of the Somerton Man. Abbott likened the experience to climbing Mount Everest. Among 4,000 names, the duo zeroed in on Carl Webb. To confirm this, they tracked down living relatives of Webb and matched their DNA to the Somerton Man. Carl Webb, as it turns out, was born in 1905 in a suburb of Melbourne. He was the youngest of 6 children and was married to a woman named Dorothy Robertson. According to Abbott, we have evidence that he had separated from his wife and that she had moved to South Australia, so possibly he had come back to track her down. While Webb's identity has now been uncovered, how he died remains a mystery. His body was exhumed in 2021 in the hope that modern forensic techniques finally determine his cause of death. Fitzpatrick expressed a desire to continue the investigation, saying, "I would like to see the toxicology done, and I would like to find out what happened to Dorothy." Even though we know the Somerton Man was Carl Webb, his grave in Adelaide Cemetery still carries the inscription, "Here lies the unknown man who was found at Somerton Beach." His story has captivated people across the globe, drawing in those with an interest in unsolved mysteries. Although the puzzle of his identity has now been solved, many questions still remain. How did Webb die? What brought him to Adelaide? And why was his identity so thoroughly erased? These questions continue to intrigue those who hear his story, serving as a stark reminder of the enduring allure of unsolved mysteries. His tale has become a fascinating chapter in Australian history, leaving an indelible mark on the sands of Somerton Beach. Want to see more scary stories? Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more spooky tales.